Howdy, folks. Big Anklevich here. It's time for another episode of Final Boss Mode. So let's get into it and see how week 7 went here on Big Anklevich on Health. Okay, it is Sunday. And how did it go here on this first day of the week of me doing one meal a day? So, my meal was a little too long. I did stop eating relatively early, but not early enough, I don't think. I ate a little bit too much. I mean, first of all, I woke up this morning and I weighed myself and I'm at 205.8, which is not as good as I wanted it to. I just finished a fast. I mean, my fast was 43 hours, which is longer than it usually is. And yet I lost less weight this time around than I did on Wednesday when I fast. I didn't even get down to 204 like I did on Wednesday, and so I'm kind of bummed about that. It's hard to do fasting like that and then not get the advantages that you think you should get. My wife tried it too. She actually tried fasting. She did a 36-hour fast over the weekend and gained 1 pound, and she was like, I don't like fasting. I'm not going to do that again. So at least I didn't have that problem. But yeah, I got up this morning and I tried something different than I usually do. I saw this Carrie Mann video. I mentioned it last week a little bit, where he talked about, I can't remember the doctor he talked to, but he said that, one of the things that carnivores need to do is repair their microbiome. Because, carnivore is great and all, but all of us, growing up, we went through a whole bunch of rounds of antibiotics and we screwed up our microbiome. And to repair it, we got to put some of the bacteria in there that can be helpful. And he suggests that we should do some fermented foods, One of the things that Carrie suggested was trying the L-reuteri yogurt, and another thing that he suggested was sauerkraut. He was saying that, he's like, I'm a carnivore. I won't do anything. So I drink the juice out of the sauerkraut. Well, I didn't. I took it a little further. I had these sausages. They're like, what do they call them? Vienna sausages, I think. Cocktail wieners. And a couple of regular bratwursts too, and I had them with sauerkraut. That was how I broke my fast this morning. And that was good. I'm not a super fan of sauerkraut, but I don't mind it, actually. It's not bad. I kind of like it. Then I went out and I did my walk. I always am getting up first thing in the morning because that's just my schedule. So even though it was the weekend, I was up early. I was walking in the dark. And eventually it did turn light while I was out there, and I kept on walking, and I managed to get 14,830 steps today, which is a pretty good total. When I got back, I went to the store, and I got myself some chicken's feet to do some bone broth with. And while I was there, I saw this bag of pork rinds there. And I thought, you know what? These are actually, what do they call them? Chicharrones. This is the pork cracklings, not just pork rinds. And I've never had this brand. They're an HEB one, but they're like not the cheap ones that I usually get. These are a little more expensive. I assumed they were better. I tried them. They were all right. They weren't that amazing. They weren't probably worth the extra $2 that I paid for them. But I probably shouldn't have eaten them at all. I'm sure that's going to bring my weight up a lot tomorrow, because it always does. Pork rinds always do. I did also eat some of that L-reuteri yogurt. You can see it here in this container. We make it ourselves, and it's pretty good. I probably ate too much of it, though. It's got carbs in it, and I probably shouldn't be eating very much of it. It should keep it pretty minimal, but I ate a fair amount of it. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna feel the brunt of all the stuff that I did tomorrow, and I'm gonna kind of wish that I didn't do all the stuff that I did. But we've got the whole week, and hopefully I can be better at that, eating just one meal a day over the rest of the time, and we'll see if it makes a difference or not. So far it hasn't. So we'll give it a chance. All right, let's check out what Monday did. Okay, it is Monday, and I had the day off today, so I didn't have to go to work, but I kind of wish that I had to go because I didn't do well. First thing I did this morning was I got up and I weighed myself, and I was 213.2, I think, which is, shoot, that's almost 10 pounds up from yesterday. So the stuff that I ate yesterday, which wasn't good, did not do me a lot of good. I was frustrated, and I just said, you know what, screw this, screw all this, screw it all right to heck. That's right, I used strong language. And I said, I don't care. And I indulged in all the stuff. Basically, what I really did was just did more of what I did yesterday. I had a lot of cheese. I got pepperoni, and I made a whole bunch of carnivore-like pizza where it was just cheese and pepperoni. And I ate that, a lot of it. Like I probably ate 3 pounds of cheese today. I had more pork rinds. This time I only got the cheaper ones, but I just ate a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have eaten, and I'm sure that my weight's going to go up another 5 pounds. I'll be up at like 220. I don't think I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow because I don't want to know. I was just going to say, forget it. I'm not even going to do a video this week. I am just going to skip. I mean, Marshall skipped his video last week, so I could just take his example and I could skip a video, and then I could, get myself back under control and come back to y'all after a week and just be like, hey, I'm back. You didn't even notice that I was gone, did you? That's probably the case. But Marshall texted me today, and he was like, oh, I hope my example didn't encourage you to do anything silly. And I thought, you know what? I can't do it. I gotta tell the truth. I don't know. Like, what is better? Is it better for me to continually come on here and show you my failures to stay away from cheese, my failures to do things right, but that I stick at it? Or is it better to just skip some of the failures and just show you the successes, and so you see, hey, this really works? I don't know. But I guess I'm going to show you my failures. Tomorrow I'm going to fast. And I'm probably, depending on how bad my weight is, I may fast 2 days. We'll see. But I'm pulling it back together. I'm not going to let this go further. I'm going to get back to where I started from as quick as possible. And so we'll see whether that happens. Trouble is that it always seems to be that you can put it on in a day and it takes a week to take it off. So I did 2 days worth, so it'll probably be 2 weeks. I don't know. But we're going for that. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, it is Tuesday, and I'm still at it. I still kind of wish that I just skipped this week like I was thinking about doing. But yeah, so today, well, I got up and I didn't weigh myself. I knew it was going to be bad. I don't even want to know. Tomorrow I will weigh myself just to check on how things went from today and see how close I am to where I should have been, should have started the week out and gotten better from. If I'm back at 205 or so, then I will end my fast. But if not, I'm going to keep going. But yeah, I've been fasting all day. So yesterday, sometime around 4 in the afternoon is when I started fasting. And so it's been 24 hours, and it feels like it's been 40 already. I've got like a headache just killing me. Yeah, I guess that's just what happens when you're not taking care of yourself, when you're eating what you shouldn't and all of that. So yeah, I'm dealing with it. To try and, I don't know, maybe to atone for my sins, or maybe just to try and help accelerate my recovery. I did a lot of walking today. I was well over 10,000 before I even left work today. So I was doing pretty good already. And then when I got home, I just put my shoes on and changed my clothes and went straight out and started walking. I hit the trail and I was just like, I'm going to go twice as far as I usually do. So when I got to the spot where I usually turn around, I was like, okay. And I looked at my phone. I saw what time it was. And I said, I'm going to keep going as much as I've already been going further. And I walked, all the way past, like, I didn't even know that the trail went where it went. I was like, oh, it's here. And then I found myself back in a spot that I've been before. And I'm like, interesting. Okay. So I walked all that way, turned around, came all the way back, and I was out for like 3 hours on that walk, trying to, atone for what I'd done yesterday and the day before. And in the end, I got 34,000 steps, which is more than I have ever done in one day. So I don't know if that's good or not, but hopefully that makes a difference. Hopefully I'm dropping a lot of weight, getting back to where I should be so that I can kind of live the rest of the week on normal. But I suspect no. I suspect at the very least I'm fasting tomorrow as well. And then maybe the next day I can be normal. But I'm only going to go 72 hours. So if I'm not back to where I should be, then I will eat some. But I'll probably fast again Saturday, probably. So I'll eat a little and then do some more fasting. I don't know. But we'll see. So that's the plan as of now. See how it goes. Well, you'll see in just a second because it's going to swipe to it right now. Okay, it is Wednesday, and I decided to end my fast today. I got up and I weighed myself. It was scary, but I weighed myself, and I was at 207 even, which not all the way down to 205, which was what I was kind of hoping to get back to where I started from. Wasn't quite there, but I was so hungry and felt like crap, and I was willing to give it a shot. I have a new plan. So yeah, I decided to end my fast at 35 hours, not even a full 40 hours. So the circle's not even green on this graphic here because I didn't make it all the way to 40. But that's what happens when you start as late as I did. I was busy being crazy up until the point that I started fasting. But the fast did me really good. It brought me back down probably a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if I came down 10 pounds on that fast because I bet I weighed 217 if I'd weighed myself yesterday morning. But yeah, did pretty good, and I felt really good. And I broke my fast. I did a 1 meal a day thing. So I broke my fast with these 2 chicken hindquarters that I smoked last weekend, as well as this container of pork butt that I smoked also along with the chicken. So I ate that for my food today. I ate all those all at once, and I was good and full. Not as stuffed as I was the last time I ate pork, but plenty full, plenty good. I did not have trouble making it through the day. And I immediately started another fast. That's my plan. I used to do the fasting Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I screwed that up because I didn't fast on Monday. So instead, I'm going to do it this week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So tomorrow I'll be fasting. I'm going to do it the whole day through, and then I'll eat again on Friday morning, and we'll see what I'm at then. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to just be at 207 still, maybe just hold steady instead of go up. We'll see if that's possible. It usually isn't, but you never know. It could be. I didn't eat very much, and I only ate 1 meal, even though it was a really big one. But yeah, that is my plan. Otherwise, I did lots of walking. I walked a fair amount at work, and then I came home and did my full walk at home. So I wound up with 17,000 steps for the day, and probably made it to 18,000 because that's really close, considering that. What is it? Yeah, that number's pretty close to 18,000. So probably by the time I, turn this phone off and get in bed, I'll be over 18,000. So that's a good number. and I'm feeling good about my return. We'll see if we can make it even better with this next fast, and then we'll fast again on Saturday. It's going to be awesome. We're going to keep this up, and I'm going to make this into a week worth having instead of just one that I completely, throw in the towel for and don't even do a video for. This is going to be good. Okay, it is Thursday, and this week that means it's another fast day. And I was saying yesterday, I wanted to hold steady, is what I was hoping. If I could stay at 207, that would be awesome. Well, I weighed myself this morning, and I managed to actually go down slightly. Even after a fast, I came down slightly. So it's 206.2, which is great news. Hopefully that means that I can go down even more with the fast that I'm doing right now, and it'll be something good. Of course, it could not be. I don't know. Today I drank some bone broth, and I'm not sure. In recent past, I think that may have been what sabotaged me on fast, so maybe I won't lose much at all because I'll be retaining water from drinking so much salt or something. I don't know. We'll see, but bone broth has always been fine on a fast for me before. Maybe it's not. Maybe I need to rethink that. We'll see, I guess. Tomorrow, if I weigh in, heavier than I was today, that would be bad. Or not very much less than I am today, that would also be kind of a bummer. I went out and did walking today. I did a good long walk while I was home, and also did plenty of walking before I came home, walking at work in whatever break time that I had. And I managed to get 17,000 steps in today, which is a pretty good total. That's always good. And on a fast, that's even better. So I've got high hopes for tomorrow. Let's head over and see how it went. Okay, it is Friday, and when I got up this morning, I weighed myself, and I was 204.6, which wasn't great. It wasn't as much as I wanted to come down, but it was okay. It was, it was down. It was better, so I'm happy about that. I finished up my fast at 45 hours and 45 minutes, 37 seconds for that matter. And so that was a good longer fast because I did my one meal kind of a thing in between where I ate all my food at one time, then went right back to fasting. And I did that again. Today I ate a whole bunch of roast. I smoked this roast last weekend, and I was going to try and eat 2 pounds straight up of it. Couldn't fit it all into this container because it was too small, and I didn't have any bigger containers that were clean. They were all occupied. They were all being used in the fridge. So I just filled it up as much as I could, which was really only like 1.25 pounds. And so I decided that I would also eat this chicken that I smoked, not last weekend, but the weekend before. I needed to finish that off. So I ate this chicken for the rest of my food, which was actually probably more than 2 pounds altogether, but I figured it'd be all right. It's just good, wonderful meat, so should do me some good. I did lots of walking while I was at work, and of course, when I got home, I went out and I did my walk as well. And I didn't get to do as much of a walk at home because I had to pick up my wife. She'd been out of town, and I had to go pick her up at the airport, so I had to do my walk quick. I did that, and in the end, I got 13,000 steps on the day, which was pretty good, pretty awesome, exciting, altogether a good day. And tomorrow I'll be fasting. Let's go see how that goes. Okay, it is Saturday. And when I weighed myself this morning, I was kind of bummed because I was up a little bit, 206, which is not up a ton. But, that's kind of normal when I finish a fast. But I wanted to stay. The last time when I came down slightly after a fast, I wanted that to happen. Didn't happen, but hopefully it's still okay. Hopefully I can come down in the next fast and, keep this this momentum going. I'm feeling really good about this whole week in general, really. But yeah, it was okay. Today was a little different than normal because I had to work. It was a Saturday, but I had to work. So I went into work, crack of dawn, well before the crack of dawn, super early in the morning. But the one interesting thing about Saturday is that it's a much more chill day at work. There's much less stuff to do than usual on a regular day of work. So I had a lot more time to get in steps. I got in a lot of steps. I think, at like 15,000 steps by the time I left work. And then today was my daughter's birthday. So we did a whole bunch of stuff for her. She decided that she wanted to, for her birthday, to go to Brazos Bend State Park, which is this really cool state park that you can go to. It's got trails that walk through. It's a nice nature area on the Brazos River. And there's a bunch of alligators. It's well known for having lots of alligators there. And so we went and we got to walk around and look at all the animals and the birds and all this stuff. There was gators, of course. We saw a ton of them. They were everywhere. And I got in a lot more steps that way. In the end, I finished out with 27,500 steps. So almost made it to 30,000. Maybe I should have done some more walking when I got home or something. I don't know. But I did not. Yeah, that was a Saturday. It went pretty good. And now it's time to see just how. I've been fasting all day. Didn't eat anything. Just walking around like crazy. How did that turn out for me? What happened for the big finale? Let's head over and see just how this went. Okay, so there you go. It was an interesting week, I'll have to say. I had thrown in the towel at the start of the week. I wasn't even going to do a video. I was like, oh my gosh, I did so poorly. I ruined everything, and screw this. Marshall took a week off. I'm going to take a week off. Why don't I just do that? Because I don't want to have to deal with this. I just wanted to quit, and it's good to have somebody that you're doing this with, because had Marshall not texted me and been like, oh, I hope my bad example isn't encouraging you or anything like that, I might have just completely given in and really just gone ahead and not done anything this week. And I think in the end the week turned out pretty good. It turned out to be positive, which is surprising considering where it started out at, because I was in bad shape when I started. So bad that I didn't even want to look. I didn't even take my weight that day because I didn't even want to know. I was just like, no, it's going to be so bad that it's not going to be worth it. And so, the fact that I was able to turn it around because I got a little bit of encouragement, that was a really good thing. So how did it go? Well, if you remember this, I'm going to take you way back. This was my weight on February 1st, which was the end of week 4, 201. I was feeling really good about myself. That was the first day of this month. And I just finished up a January that I thought was a huge success. I'd lost something like 15 pounds, or I don't know, it was a lot. And I had really gotten final boss mode off with a bang, and I was really excited. And then I had a bad week. I had my mulligan week. By the end of that first week, I was at 211.4. It'd gone up 10 whole pounds, and I felt just like a turd. I felt like, what have I done? I've screwed everything up. I need to fix it. And I tried to fix it the next week. I did okay, but I actually screwed it up again. The very start of the week, I screwed it up. Let me start that again. I didn't make sure that I was doing what I should. Instead, I ate stuff that I shouldn't. And I went up, and I had to struggle to get myself back down. I finished out at 205, which was 5-pound loss on the week, which felt good. But, it should have been a lot better if I hadn't have sabotaged myself right out of the gate. And then this week, what did I do? Well, I sabotaged myself right out of the gate again. But I was able to pull it together, come back down, and I was at 206 on Saturday. So what did I finish out the week at? 201.0. Does that weight look Familiar. That's right. That is the exact same weight that I started the month at. I was 201.0 on February 1st, and now, 21 days later, I am at 201.0. So this whole month has been a big wash. I haven't gone up or down. I am right back where I started from. But in actuality, I think that's a really great thing. I am back where I started from. I am not headed in the wrong direction anymore. I'm doing good, and I can, this upcoming week, still possibly make some actual headway for the month. It could be a month that is a positive month. It could be a pretty good thing. And the interesting thing about that is, as we finish up this month, this will be the end of one full year of me and Marshall doing this thing together, where we started March 1st last year, started really kind of working on it. And I think I weighed 250 when I did my first weigh-in on March 1st last year. And now I'm at 201, maybe under 200 by next week, hopefully, possibly, maybe. Come on. That could be a really good thing. And it's exciting to see the big difference that 1 year has made. It's really made a difference for me. I don't know what difference it's made for Marshall. Maybe he'll talk about it in his video. But yeah, it was a pretty positive week, and I'm really excited. I'm all the way back to where I started from, and I can finally make some headway. It's time to finish this off, to beat this final boss and get to my final goal. We're going to do this, folks. Yeah! See you next time on Big Anklevich on Health.